Welcome everybody to another exciting fun-filled episode of not a normal live stream. No, not a real live stream. Not a, you know what I mean. I can't even think of the title of it. Yet I love the title so very much. Anyway, if it is your first time here, welcome along. Please click on the subscribe button. Click on the notification tab. That would be very, very good, because if you click on the notification tab, every time I do a not a quite live stream like now, you'll be able to join me and our regulars as well and have a chat in the live chat, and it's a whole lot of fun, trust me. And now if you are watching this at a later date, you can leave a comment in the comment box below. I'll read it. If you've got any questions, I'll answer it. If there's something you want to see, just put it in the comment box below and I'll try to do that as well. Now I am on a Japanese ferry, going for a ferry ride. In fact, I'm going to be filming for the YouTube channel a proper video. Today they've shown me inside all the amazing rooms in this ferry. Seriously, the quality and the standard, and some of these rooms will blow you away, so that's coming up in the next couple of weeks. I want to edit it and do a really good video on this ferry system because it's very, very good. But for the not so quite live stream, I remember the name. I thought what we'll do is we'll walk around the ferry just now and show you everything the ferry has to offer. There's quite a fair bit to do. Now each ferry I do go on is going to be slightly different. There's 3 or 4 different companies that run ferries in Japan, and with the pass that I have, I'm going to be catching, well, all of them, all the different companies. So some have newer ferries, some have older ferries, some have more features, some have less features, but we'll have a look at the one I'm on now because basically I'm on it now. So let's turn the camera around. Starting with, you've got an information desk for a start. Anything you want to know, they're the people that are going to be able to help you, and they are very, very helpful. They're not very good at English, but they are very helpful with whatever they can do. So the floors that we're allowed to access anyway is floor 4, floor 5, and floor 6. So that's what we're going to do today. On floor 4, we've got the amusement room, the games room, the information which you've just seen. On the next floor, we've got the cafe, the grill, the restaurant, the shop. And then on the top floor, we've got sports room and the bathhouse. So most of the boat is, well, cabins for people to sleep in. But it doesn't make the money from that. It makes the money from the cargo and everything that this ferry carries. Of course, it's full of cars, it's full of trucks, it's full of all lots of stuff. Isn't that beautiful? So let's go for a tour. We'll start right here, in fact, because we're here now. You've seen the information desk, but they've also got a little TV lounge here, and this TV lounge also transform if they have some entertainment. There's no entertainment on this particular ferry trip, as it only goes for one night, but you can come down here, sit back, relax like these people are, enjoy the television, even have a photo with the old driver's wheel. And he was showing me pictures. That old wheel, of course they don't use anymore on these modern ferries. The wheel that the captain uses to drive this ferry is a steering wheel, but it's smaller than your car one. Literally, it's about the size of my hand. And he guides this massive vehicle just with that one little handle. It's just absolutely crazy. Anyway, now I've told you that. Continuing with our tour. They're very big with recycling in Japan. They do recycle absolutely everything. So wherever you go, whether it be on the streets or out and about or on the ferries, you've got a selection of the recycled bins. Coming up to the, of course, vending machines. We got ice creams. Oh, look at all the different flavoured ice creams. What do we got here? We've got my favourite there, choc mint, choc strawberry, green tea. Ooh. Got the cool drinks and the hot drinks, tea, coffee, coke. You got the vodkas and beers at a reasonable price, may I say. Vodka, which I had last night, only 170 yen, and the beers. And then this machine, it does the hot food. This person, in fact, ordered some hot food. It's being cooked even as we speak. And you might think vending machine hot food is going to be really, really crappy, but if you see at the top there, I'll give you a closer look in a minute, there's hot dogs. The hot dogs, honestly, are the best hot dogs I've ever tasted in my whole entire life. It is ridiculous. So I'll show you them. The machine talks to you a lot while it's cooking. In fact, their meal, it's even got a countdown clock on it. Their meal will be ready in 20 seconds. So 20 seconds, we'll have a look at it. I'll turn the camera around in a second and show you the food coming. You got a change machine next door to the food there if you need some change. Boiling hot food, yummy, yummy food. What do we got here? Alright, let's have a look. We've got the hot dogs, which I mentioned. They are so good. Fried chips, yes, they're fried. They're not microwave people, they are fried. This machine is absolutely magical. I think that's some sort of curry on the second row there. Teppanyaki balls, that's if you like squid or octopus. That's what they are. I really don't like them. You got the nuggets, and you've got the hamburger at the bottom, which looks really, really awful. But I might give it a go, because one thing you learn about Japan is you think because something looks really bad that it's going to be really bad, and then you try it and it's really nice. Even with those hot dogs, I mean, I'll give you a close-up look. They don't look that fantastic, do they? But trust me, they are really good. You won't be wasting your money if you come to Japan and you see a vending machine selling the hot dogs. Bit of advertising. They got special on t-shirts and that. Buy one, get the second one for 500 yen. Everything's accessible by lift for those people that don't want to walk up the stairs. I like walking upstairs. Little sit-out lounge area. Sit back, relax. They're all playing their cards and everything here last night. And if you want to dress up in a captain suit, there's a captain suit. You can have an Instagram picture. Very cool, isn't it? Let's have a look out the window. Every window you walk past during the day, you just want to have a look out at that beautiful, beautiful water. I don't know if you can see the island over there. Looks like a cloud, but it is an island. Don't you worry, we are going out there to have a look, but there's still more to see. On this floor, you've got your smoking room. Everywhere you go in Japan, there's a place for you to smoke. We won't go in there because I'll choke with the smell of it all. This is the cabins for the truck drivers, in fact, so we can't go in there. But that's what it is. There's a payphone if you need to make calls. Variety of lockers that you don't really need. You're in Japan, no one's going to touch your stuff. There is like a really, really economy class that we can't go down to that is literally just a mat on the floor that dozens of people can go and sleep on. I suppose that's when you would use a locker, not so much for security reasons. In Japan, no one's going to touch your stuff. They're really not. My bag, in fact, and my camera and computer and everything is just sitting back there, and I know no one's going to touch it. But I think it just creates a bit of space. Put your bag in there, plenty of space on the mat for you to sit back and relax. They got karaoke booths. You can ask them to go in there, sing yourself a song. Woohoo! 2 karaoke booths. They're soundproof. They look like jail cells. That's where I'd need to be sent if you heard me singing, because it's not very good. In fact, you have heard me singing in the chocolate video, the Chocolate Factory. If you haven't looked at that, have a look back at the Not Quite live streams. Coming into the games room, the amusement room. Now, the unusual thing is, this is not monitored by any adult or anything. They've got poking machines in here that children can play. They don't, you see no one in here, but they could. And that's a other unusual thing about Japan. You see cigarette vending machines on the streets, alcohol vending machines on the streets, and the children just know, hey, look, we're not old enough, we can't do it. But there you go. I actually had a go at this last night. I was trying to film it for the YouTube channel. I put 100 yen in. I was thinking I'll get one spin out of the 100 yen. Very quick video, very nice. It went on for like 40, 50 minutes at 100 yen. I just kept winning credits. It was so annoying. I didn't win enough to cash out though. This was the annoying thing. It kept me around the 90 yen mark, and you have to have 100 yen to sort of get a cash out. They got these skill tester machines. They love their skill testing machines here. Doesn't look as packed in as the ones in my country, so maybe a bit easier to pick up. And you got these ones here if you want to win a keyring, because that's about all that seems to be in there, keyrings. Plus a more variety of pokey machines. And for good measure, for good measure, you have a change machine. So that's a little games room they have on the ferry, which is kind of cool. Now down here, there's something super duper fantastic, which you'll be interested in. Not what I'm just about to show you, it's just we're walking past, so I'll show you this anyway. Downstairs here, which we can't go while we're cruising, that's where the cars and the trucks are, so down here. And that's also where the sleeping mat is if you're going in the steerage class. But the cool thing I wanted to show you is... Dun, 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 dun. Yes, you're seeing right. Dogs. Dogs are allowed on Japanese ferries. Dogs in Japan are classed as, well, a sign that you're doing good, a sign of success, a sign of all that sort of stuff. So if you have a dog in Japan, you are allowed to take it in most places. I mean, the dogs you've seen over here most probably anyway are not like the dogs you and I know. They're the little dogs, they've got the bows, they've got the clothes, they've got everything on, but they are a status symbol. So on the ferries, if you come here, you can bring your dog, and there's two things you can do with your little puppy dog. You can either put it in a cage where we're going now in a little dog area, or you can book to have a room for you and your dog. So there's three sorts of rooms on these ferries. You've got the non-smoking rooms, you've got the smoking rooms. Yes, they still have smoking rooms in Japan. Or they have rooms for you and your dog. How cool is that? I think everywhere in the world, especially my country, should adopt something like that, because a dog is not an object anymore. A dog is a member of the family. It's your child. I know with my baby, it's my child, and it's fantastic they allow this to happen. So I don't know if there's any dogs in there at the moment. When I went in last night, I scared one of them and he barked. I upset him a bit. So hopefully there may be none in there at the moment. You see here, dogs. There's an A and a B, mainly because some people might bring a cat, or some might bring a dog that is a little bit uncomfortable being with others. There's a basin down here where you can wash yourself or the dog or whatever you wish. And here are the cages if you want to be kept in if you want your little baby kept in a cage. I think there's one up there at the moment. I don't think there's any down there. Hello, gorgeous. I'm saying hello, gorgeous, but I don't know if anyone's in there. It's all climate controlled and everything for the pet. It's got its own private air conditioning unit in here, so you can set it however your pet likes it. How fantastical is that? Now, also with the smoking, because a lot of people don't smoke these days, and if you don't smoke and you smell the smell, it really, really stings. Absolutely stings. So they have thought about this in Japan. The other end of the boat is a non-smoking area. Then you've got all this dead space, you can call it, the amusement park and everything. And then you've got the smoking rooms just here. So the smoking rooms are sealed off. You've got to go through a door to then get to your rooms and everything. So don't be put off thinking I'm going to go on a ferry and it's going to stink like cigarette smoke. It won't. The smoking rooms are completely separated. Now, one of the signs I did see in here that's confusing me that is this way. Question mark, question. What would that be? They don't know what's down here, so they said question. Or maybe question means information desk. There you go. I could even still be wrong with that. It may not mean information desk, but that's the only thing I can possibly think of where they would have a question mark. Why would you have a question mark? Anyway, he says, on this not so quite live stream, not so... Oh, I've got to remember the title. I do like the title, yet I can't remember it, and it's on my own channel. So up the staircase we go. Before we do, I'll, if I can, I'll pan up. How pretty is this for a ferry? I think it's really, really pretty. I went on a cruise ship in Australia by P&O. And I know P&O overseas in Europe and that have some decent ferries, some good ferries and some good service. P&O in Australia is a budget holiday type cruise line, and they're not very good. I recommend no one goes on a P&O cruise. But their ship that I went on was smaller than this ferry. And it wasn't just smaller than this ferry. It was filthy, and it was run by backpackers, and it was a real mess. This is so clean and so beautiful. You wouldn't think, well, you could see, you wouldn't think you're just on a ferry. You would think you're on a cruise ship. It's just so beautiful. So got a restaurant here. Couple of different ways you can eat in the restaurant here. You can either order something that you want to eat, or you can get the all-you-can-eat buffet. No food here at the moment because we've just started the cruise, but there will be later in the day. I promise you. Here's some of the stuff on the menu board that you can order. Obviously made to order now, and then later in the day, that's when the buffet comes along. And I think from memory, if you want the buffet, the all-you-can-eat buffet, it's like 2,000 yen for all-you-can-eat, which is kind of expensive, but it's not too bad as well, because you're stuck on a ship and you're here for hours, so you can sit here for hours and just enjoy it, I suppose. Some nice little sit-out areas. And a beautiful view. I dare say for the longer cruises or in the summer months, they would have tables and chairs out here for people to sit on. Of course, there's none there now, because where we're going is bitterly cold. Ridiculously cold. Look at the view! Look at that, everybody! Wow! See the snow? The snow on the top of the mountain there? Amazing. Something else I learnt last night. No, this morning. I learnt this morning was not this, but we're walking past it, so I'll show you. At the condiment bar, you've got your sauces, your mustard, your vinaigrettes, chopsticks, the whole works. But this is what I learned last night. In Japan, if you want a coffee, as you see in the coffee machine here, you've got to pay for it. But if you want tea, it's free! Free tea! And apparently that isn't just here, that's like a lot of places around Japan. free tea and free hot water as well. So if you bring cup noodles or something and you want to make cup noodles, you can do that as well. Look at this island, look at this island. Look, 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 look. Wow. My cleat just broke. Had a cleat on my foot. It broke. I knew it would happen eventually. This here, when it opens a little bit later, this is your snack bar that sells your fast food, your hamburgers, bits and pieces like that. And the gift shop, which is open when we leave and when we arrive. It's closed now, was open before. I was hoping it would have been open while you were here, so I could show you the gifts aplenty, but it's not. And then you've got a fine dining restaurant here as well, which opens a bit later. Trying to walk a bit quicker. We will come back to this floor, but I want to take you outside. You want to see the island, don't you? I want to see the island. Let's get out there, quick! I feel like I'm in Titanic, running down the alley. Oh. Where's the lifeboats? We need the lifeboats, everybody! Where's the lifeboats? You can see a bit of snow on the path there. That was from yesterday, because I've stayed on the same boat, come from Otaru, and now we're heading back to Otaru. But all of out here was covered in snow, thick layer of snow. So much so that this helicopter pad was completely covered with snow. I couldn't see that it was a helicopter pad, and I was thinking, is it a swimming pool when it's warmer? I don't know. We've got the lifeboats over here. Lifeboat. I hope it's not like the Titanic where there's only a lifeboat. Beautiful mountain range. Look at that. Sensational. And I'm going to pinch some of this footage for the proper video when I make it. But it will look different, I promise. I'll zoom in on the official video. In fact, I'll be zooming in on this island. Sorry for the wind. I know it's a bit blowy a gale out here, but have to video the island, don't we? Usually I'd go to the top deck up here to video something as we're going past, but we need to go inside and up to the third floor to get out, and by the time we do that the island's going to be gone, because I believe, yeah, the staircase is all locked off, unless we do should we do a naughty? Let's do a naughty. I've already crossed on a set of traffic lights that was a red light and nearly got in trouble. Whoa! There's the cam, there it is. So I feel like a rebel. I hope this part's still open to the public. Let's do a pan. Let's start down here at the helicopter pad where we were before, the lifeboat. I actually don't need to do the pan because if I'm putting it in the edited video later, I can pan in the editing software I learned. The things you learn. we'll come back to that island as we're on the third level now. I'll just walk around on the outside here to show you that there's nothing on the deck. Forgive the wind, but it just gives you a look anyway at what it's all like. So unlike the cruise ship where you've got the swimming pools and everything else outside, as you see, there's nothing here, but it's got such a good feel about it. It's like you are on a real adventure. You're on you're on something that's not a ferry. You're on a vessel of some description. I'm not explaining this very well at all. Find the words for me, people, if you can help me out here. Put a message in the live chat or the comment box below. It's got the feel of warmth where I'm standing now. Oh, this is the place to be. This is holding in all the heat. I've got the windshield here. Why wasn't I filming here before? I don't know. It's very good. Hear that? The thumping of the motor. Where's that island? There it comes. Even though the ferry is relatively smooth, it feels smooth, it must have some sort of rocking or vibration to it, because when I arrived today, I had to get off the ferry to reboard it again. Go figure, I don't know why. And when I was on dry land, I sat down and I just felt like I was swaying and moving like I was on the boat, and I was actually getting seasick on the land sick, whatever you want to call it. And I thought, oh, this is really bad. I felt really sick because of it. As soon as I came back on and there was that vibration again and the swaying, I feel good again. So it must be a thing. I've got a lot of ferries to catch over the next few days, so I'm going to get used to the and the swaying. So I don't know what I'm going to be like when I hit proper land. When I hit proper land, it could be interesting, because I'm basically jumping on the plane to go home after the last ferry ride, which will be in 6 days or so. Cough. It's not the flu, don't you panic. Because I've come from the snowy climate, it's very dry. And my throat, my lungs, everything's really dry. And because of it, it's creating a tickle. And now that I'm coming into a different climate, it's making me cough. It's very annoying. We're on the 3rd floor now, so we will go back to the 2nd to show you what you missed down there. But as we're on the 3rd floor, I'll show you this. We've got the gym, the gymnasium, the most unused room by me. Oh, it's so warm in here. Oh, this is so good. What we got here? We've got the rowing machine, we've got the pushy bikes. What a pushy bike with a very high seat on it. And some treadmills. But the view is... Look, you're most probably going to say, Mark, it's just a chimney sack, there's nothing. But it's a cool view. You've got the water over there on the right, you've got the water there on the left, which you can see, and the big chimney stack. That's a pretty damn cool view, I've got to say. I like it. Absolutely like it. The things here, the pink and the blue, they're onsens, natural hot springs. Yes, they have natural hot springs on the ferry, and you go in there to bathe. Now they've got indoor hot springs, But they've also got an outdoor hot spring. So you can sit outside, look at the ocean while you're in a natural hot spring. And I did that last night. My head was freezing because it was still snowing, but my body was so warm. There's also a sauna in there, showers and all, and I would love to show you in there on this Not So Quiet live stream, but once you pass a piece of cloth, you gotta be naked. And I don't think the people in there want me to show you them all naked. So it's the Japanese style of bathing. Everybody does it. It's really normal here. If you do come to Japan, you are going to experience this, but don't panic. It's not sleazy or disgusting or horrible. Everybody does it, so it's a very comfortable thing to be bathing in the natural hot spring with everybody. But yes, you will experience it when you come to Japan. But it is worth it. The hot spring is amazing. The minerals and everything in it, you feel so good after an onsen. You really do. And then we'll scroll down. Can we go down further? No, that's as far as we can go. That's the lounge. Bring us up here again. Alright, let's go down to that second level that we missed out on. I should say also, just before we go down there, swinging that camera around very quickly, here are the expensive rooms. Yes, they do have very, very expensive rooms on here. You can see them with the key locks and the proper door handles and everything. And these rooms I was allowed to film earlier, which is fantastic. They allow me to go into each different style of room. There's about 4 or 5 different styles of room, and record them for you guys, which is going to be on the proper video about the ferries when I finish editing it. So keep an eye out for that. But there's a Japanese style room in here. There's a business hotel kind of room in here, and then they've got right up to the deluxe suite, and the deluxe suite has its own bath in there. Beautiful bath looking out over the ocean, and you've got your own balcony on there, massive beds, a flat screen TV, lounge room, desk, all sorts of wonderful stuff in there. And the most expensive room on this particular ferry for one night, from memory, I think he said was 40,000 yen for the night. So that's 2,000. That's not too bad, really. 40,000, that can't be right. Must be more. 400,000 maybe. 400,000 yen? Because 40,000 yen is, in my money, only about 60. Yeah, it must be 40,000 yen. 40,000 yen. Don't come here to Japan and say, Mark said that we can get that room for 40,000 yen. They won't let me back in the country again. Alright, down to level 2 we go to continue our lovely tour. Shame the shop's closed. You would have really liked to see that. They have some pretty good items in there. Okay, so there's another little sit-out area here. This morning, everybody was sitting here, just watching the sun come up. The sun was coming up through the windows there, just looking really pretty, really beautiful. And here is a children's playground. So if you bring the little ones with you, there's something for them to do here. Got some pretty cool building blocks there made out of the cushions that they can build things with. All the walls are all padded, so it's all nice and soft. You can throw the children at the walls. Got a ball pit there. Got some books down here somewhere. Some books. And of course, if we go, there we go. They've got a beautiful, absolutely beautiful view out the window. I reckon you don't need to be an adult to look at a view like that. Any child looking out that window would be in awe and just mesmerised at the beauty of it all. They try to separate you. There's sort of 3 different, not classes, but room areas as well. They have like a women's, or a men's, or a mixed. Here's the recycle bins again. They are very big on recycling. When you come here, you go, oh, there's so much plastic and so much waste, because everything goes into a plastic bag and then in another plastic bag and in another plastic bag. But they recycle 100% of their waste. 100% they recycle, and they burn the plastics in that at such ridiculous high temperature that there's no pollution from it. Somebody smoking in another smoking room. And those smoking rooms have no extractor fans, so they stink, they reek. That island's looking really big again. Should we run outside again? We've still got a bit to go on this not quite live stream, so let's go out there and just film this island once again. I didn't realise it was going to get so big, but we've obviously turned and come closer to it, or there was another island behind it, which I never saw, which has now appeared. Quick, Mark, don't miss the island. And then after that, I'll take you down into my room, show you my room. I'm guessing that's like a little barbecue or something for the summer months. Could be wrong. Wow. Look at that. Everybody. That's amazing. Hey. Wow. I can't zoom on this camera, so I hope you can just see it the way it is. I will be able to zoom on the edit. Not the edit for you, but the edit for the official video. But it's even just so cool just to sit here, look at the back of the ship. Look at the sun shining on the water. That is a big chunk of rock. So there you go. Very impressive, is it not? And because there is over 4,000 islands in Japan, some are literally the size of me, and they call it an island. Some are massive. You've got to keep an eye out of the window during the day, because you never know when you're going to go past one. Ah, come on. Yeah, welcome. Hi. When we go down the other side of Japan, in fact, we're going to be close enough to the coast. If I keep my eye out the window, I'm going to really have to keep an eye on it, that we will be passing the Fukushima power plant, the one that had the nuclear meltdown and all. I don't know what time we're going to pass it. It's going to be the case of keeping an eye out the window. So I can't promise that I will show you it. I can't promise that I'll capture it on camera. I might even totally forget that we're going to pass it, because that's in a few days' time. But I'll try my best. Anyway, down to my room. One last look at the restaurant. I don't know if I showed you this view of outside the restaurant, but isn't that pretty? I don't know about you, but you wouldn't think it's a ferry, would you? If you were just brought here by, I don't know, a friend or somebody that said, oh look, we're going somewhere, and you weren't told that it was a ferry, I think you would think that it was just a nice little budget cruise ship of some description. It's really cool, really worth the money. And in fact, speaking of money, I'll tell you how much it is in a minute. So this room that I have is free with your tickets. I got a tourist ticket, which is called a Japan Ferry 21. And what the 21 means is you can catch any ferry for 21 days, 6 of them in total. So 6 ferries in 21 days and go anywhere in Japan. And with that ticket, you get accommodation, and my accommodation is down there. So that's my bag, that's my backpack. My bed's in there. You can see there's no one above me. They are little capsule hotels. If you come with a friend, you can get a double one. So you're there and your friend's up there. And although it's a capsule, it's free with your ticket. It's not too bad. You gotta, where are we? Try fund. Okay, I'll show you this one because this one's neater. Mine's got all my rubbish in it. So you've got a light up there. A power socket here. So if you bring a power, you can charge one device obviously on that. But if you bring a power board with you, you can plug in multiple devices. It's a power button there. You've got a little storage shelf if you want to put your phone, computer, whatever in there. On this side, you got a rack for your clothing. A little bit of ventilation. And here is a hook if you want to hang your jacket up. You also get, they give you some clean sheets and a doona or duvet. You got the soft mattress lining protector thing and a clean pillowcase and pillow. Plus, as I just showed you with mine, you've got the screen that you can pull down. Down. So they're not too bad really, and for 21 days pass, you can catch 6 ferries. It's called the Japan 21, and it costs 21,000 yen, which is cheaper than any hotel you'd be able to get for that period of time. Some of the ferries, and to give you an idea, some of the ferries you can be on them for up to 2 nights. And that's classed as one trip. So you can really plan your holiday and save an absolute fortune on it. It's just fantastic. I was pushed into the situation where I had to. And at this stage I'm thoroughly enjoying it and thoroughly relaxing. So Japan 21 pass. If you want to know more about the Japan 21 pass or anything, leave a comment in the comment box below. Don't forget, everybody, he says turning the camera so I can look at the clock. Oh, we're doing good. We've got a few minutes left. Don't forget, everybody, by the way, that I really do need and love, honestly, your support. And on Patreon, there is a load of bonus content. I've been uploading videos to there, photos to there, that you're not going to see on the YouTube channel ever. And in another week and a half's time or so, when I get back to Perth, we're also going to be doing live chats and everything on the Patreon. So you can come to the live chats and physically talk to me live. All of that is going to cost you $1, just $1. And as the Patreon grows, going to have extra stuff on there as well. There'll be like, we're going to start the feature very soon when I get home of you get to see the videos earlier before anyone else by being a Patreon member. Also going to be running some competitions for some giveaways on the Patreon. So all of that is coming up. Oh, there's some mountains out there. So that's all for $1. To find the Patreon, it's www.patreon.com/allabroad. So same as his YouTube channel, All Abroad. And before it, just patreon.com. For $1, please support me, because if you support me, it allows me to keep doing this and hopefully get a lot better as well, because every time I record a new video or do something, I'm getting that a little bit better every single time. Also, with this channel here, click on the notification tab. You know that already. I have people subscribe to the channel still, and they come along and they say, "Oh," and I'm talking to you, Pauline, "I didn't know you were on. I didn't know the video was happening now. I didn't see it in the menu list on your channel." And that's because Pauline hadn't clicked the notification tab. Click the notification tab, and when I'm about to come online, or whenever there's going to be a premiere or something, it's going to send you an email or a message, and it'll tell you, "Hey, come along to the channel. We're about to go live." I try do it the same time every day to hopefully get you all in a routine of coming along. And by coming along, you become a regular. The chat becomes better. The whole channel becomes really, really fantastic. So please do click on the notification tab. That would be really good, and the subscribe, and share the channel to everybody. Growing, absolutely growing. In the past week, I've had 100 subscribers. So if you've subscribed in the past week, thank you very, very much. It means an awful lot to me. I know you most probably don't want to see toilets, but no one will be in here. I'll show you it just to show you the cleanliness. No one's in here. Look, I'm glad we came in here. Look! Wow! Washing machine and dryers. How cool! 100 yen. You can get the laundry powder here as well. Oh, I never thought I'd be able to do my laundry on the ferry. I only came in here because you were here. That's why. Everything is... I know you don't want to see toilets, but everything's so spotlessly clean. They have, just like everywhere in Japan, the toilets with the 50 million controls on them to squirt you wherever you need to be and do whatever you want and play music, the whole works to you, just because you haven't seen the whole lot of me. There I am. Hi. Got the battery pack so we don't run out. I'm trying to do one whole complete live stream without the battery going flat, because usually it goes flat at the last minute and cuts me off, so I've got the battery pack connected today. But yeah, how cool is that? The ferry just keeps getting better and better. When I think I've seen it all, I discover something else, which just makes it even better more. Look, here's something else again. Go upstairs for a lounge chair if you want to read, to relax. Their fire extinguishers are not locked, unlike in Australia. If there was ever an emergency in Australia, I don't know what we'll do, because vandalism is so bad in Australia and people steal things and do stupid things and attack people and all. Things like fire extinguishers are padlocked closed. So if a problem ever happened in Australia, we'd be in trouble because nobody could get the emergency equipment. We're here. It's just lying around. You can grab it, you can do whatever you want. Just people don't, because people follow rules here. So there you go, we're basically just covering the same area now, walking around in circles, just trying to get as close to time I think we're going to end it about now anyway. So this one went a little bit less than what the other ones did. Only about 10 minutes or so. You got to see the ferry. So thank you very much everybody for joining us. I will possibly see you tomorrow. Have a look at the channel because it'll tell you of any upcoming premieres when you're on here as well, just to waste that little bit extra of time. You have what do we got here? Okay, got a selection of information that you're welcome to have. They got the newspapers as well. And here's our route. Here's the route map. See what I mean? There's always something different to find when we're travelling along. So there we are now. So this is the island we went past, obviously. Where are we? This is the island we went past. Maybe? Can't be. The island's got... No, this was the island here. So we've got some more islands. Go back to the map. I want the map. Give me the map. The map's gone. Anyway. 5th floor. Let's see. You can look at this with me while I figure this out. 5th floor restaurant, 920 yen from 12 to 1. Okay, so that's obviously got to be the buffet. Does that look like where we've just been, or does that look like somewhere else? That looks like somewhere else. I don't know, I'm a bit confused now. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed this not quite live stream. Got the name right. And I will see you again for future episodes. Have a good night, or a good day, or a good evening, no matter where you are in this big, wide, beautiful world of ours. And see you on the next stream. Bye, everyone.